Here's the thing I'm not kidding about. Dog.
Don't
Listen here,
say
dog. Season 4 finale of Smallville.
Holy
We've watched it.
Shnikes.
Holy Toledo.
Holy shnikes.
Holy schnackis.
Because that's what Christopher really says at times.
I really thought he was about to say Christopher Nolan for some reason. That's what Christopher Nolan said.
That's what Christopher Nolan said in Inception.
Holy schnackis.
Can you imagine that man saying holy shnikes?
I really can't. I can't imagine Christopher Nolan doing anything that doesn't involve an Encyclopedia Brown. But you know what I can't imagine, Maggie?
Encyclopedia Britannica. I can't talk.
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is... Somebody Smallville. Yeah. That's right, everybody. Is the season 4 finale of Smallville. See, that's what happens. I shouldn't have sang. I knew as soon as I said it that I was going to wake up the baby. Hey, but you know what? No, that's not the only thing I'm waking up. I'm also waking up these fine folks right here who joined us over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, became a member of our community. They just supported us and get exclusive access to content. And also get their name in every episode that we do. You can join them and be just like that. Or you can also get a special shout out for being our producer of the month, just like Strange Marvel Theories.
I gotta go get a bottle, y'all.
It's okay, Maggie. No worries. Everybody, Maggie will be back. But while Maggie's gone, let me go ahead and tell y'all a little bit more about something I saw online before we went live. Apparently they're doing a reboot of Twilight, the Twilight Saga, but it's going to be in animation form. And I gotta be honest, I once upon a time read a manga version of Twilight, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Like, I don't know, just something about the art style and stuff. I don't know. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. That is Henry Clark in the background, if you are wondering why there is a tiny child crying. It's feeding time, buddy. So we got him a nice little bottle. He's wearing his Bucky onesie. But I mean, it's gonna be covered by the thing that children wear. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope we all had a fantastic Tuesday. A Tuesday. There he is. There's Henry Clark. Yeah. Hope everybody had a great day today. Of course, we are back again with Going Back to Smallville, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I recap and rewatch every episode of Smallville, week by week, episode by episode. We've been going on for 4 seasons so far.
Holy
Maggie,
crap.
Can you believe 4 seasons down?
I'll be honest, everybody, I didn't think we'd make it this far.
How far did you think we'd go?
Maybe season 1.
Like, may not even complete it?
No. I really, that's what I thought.
I mean, at the time when we started this, we didn't have the best track record.
No, we didn't.
We'll be hitting 2 years.
We wasn't even doing lives at that point.
Yeah. We'll hit 2 years in about a month. April 1st is when we relaunched. And so we'll talk about all that stuff as we get closer.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, fun to reminisce about Smallville, especially season 4, especially the season 4 finale.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to reminisce. It's fun to go back, as one might say. It's fun to go back to Smallville.
Going back to Smallville. What's up, Jerriana and chat?
Jerriana!
All over awesome Matt ZR. It's time for the commencement of the 4th season finale review and the appearance of the mini Lucy show. She was here she noticed I had the baby. She really wanted me to pick her up, but there's like no room in this chair for me.
We're about to commence this relationship. Commencement. This relationship.
She's back.
Right. Is that the right word? Consummate. That's the word I was looking for.
Consummate.
How about, hey, Lucy, come here.
her hearing's about to go because she's acting funny. Stumps. Go, Lou.
Oh, Lou! Oh, Lou! All right, everybody.
You're my
check
girl,
it out.
Lou.
Check it out.
There's
Daddy's got a
Lou.
brand new dog. Code word: Santa's got a brand new bag.
Okay.
It's from Elf. Anyway,
Anyways,
everybody,
Commencement.
listen. Here's the thing: season 4 finale. I've mentioned this before, but this episode premiered the Thursday before I graduated. So me and Clark literally graduated the same week.
Oh.
All right, like it's true. It was wonderful, and I did not watch it as it aired because I was away watching the midnight premiere of Star Wars Episode 3.
Nice.
Yeah, but then when I got home, I watched it, and we went to Abington Cinemall, and I at the time it was about an hour and a half away. Probably not an hour and a half. Probably about an hour. Where I used to live, and so I mean we got there like super early because this is before you had like reserved seats. So I mean if you wanted a good seat, you had to get there and get a good seat, you know. So I was in line with all these nerds, right? And like, which is good. Don't get me wrong.
That's fun.
And like, it was me, my cousin Josh, my buddy Chris, and my girlfriend at the time. But we'll just pretend she wasn't there. Yeah, we'll just pretend she wasn't there. She, you know. But anyway, me and Chris went and bought lightsabers. And I think I'm pretty sure Josh got one too. And so I got a black lightsaber with a red.
Nice.
You know, the red blade, obviously. And I want to say Chris got the green one and Josh got the blue one. And so while we were there was these people hawking like really cheap Star Wars shit, right? And somebody like they had the Darth Maul like set.
Oh my god.
And so it came with like this mask that was like you know, like one of those like string masks. You know, that's just terrible, right? Oh, bless you. Wow. You did a good job of covering that.
Thanks.
And so, but not only that, it also came with the double-sided lightsaber. So he then had that. And I had a t-shirt. I also got a t-shirt at Walmart, and it said, "I'm your daddy," I think. It was Darth Vader.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I had stupid shirts back then. Like I had one that said like
Father's Day shirt.
I had one that said "World's Greatest Dad" on it when I was 18. I did. I wore it like everywhere. It was great. I was awesome. All right. I just want everybody to know I was fantastic back then.
I made my own shirts.
So
Puffy paint.
nice. So my mom did that for me actually. But so you know we got there. It was probably like 3 p.m. and then stayed until 12. And then there was issues starting the movie, so it didn't actually start until like 12:30, and so we didn't leave till almost 3, and then I didn't get home till almost 4, right? And this is an extra long episode,
Yeah.
so I stayed up till 5:30 a.m. the day of my graduation, so I could watch this, you know. And I'll be honest, best decision of my life. Okay, like there's marrying you, having kids. And then watching Smallville
before you graduated high school. Nice.
Yes. And I mean, I was so amped, dude. God, this episode just so freaking good. I mean, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm cheering at the top of my lungs. You know, waking up my parents. You know, I'm like, yeah, oh my God, it's the Fortress of Solitude.
I bet your dad's like, what?
And like, but then they also played when it originally aired, they played a 10-minute preview of Batman Begins after.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just fantastic, and I still have that tape.
Yeah.
I recorded it. And it's over here.
Yeah, he pulled it out.
So if we do, boink. So if we do Super Nice Playback tomorrow, which I plan on it.
We plan on it.
We're gonna watch the.
We're not gonna poop out on everybody.
Right. That's right. By hook or by crook, by caffeine or by
caffeine.
Yeah, there you go. We will be here, so definitely come hang out with us tomorrow night.
What's up, Game City Savior?
Game City Savior, what? But yeah, so that's my initial story. Just you know, this episode always was just a little special to me, simply because I mean I was literally graduating the same day.
Yeah.
So it's just
cool.
Crazy times, man. The overlap of me and Clark is is odd. It's odd, like especially in further seasons. Like there's more overlap, and it gets really weird in a way. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But enough of that. Let's go ahead and start diving into season 4, episode 22, Commencement. Again, as always, special thanks to Fandom. That's smallville.fandom.com for helping us curate all of the things we'll be talking about tonight. This is episode 88 overall. When this bitch hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Original air date was May 18th, 2005. The writers were Todd Slavkin and Darren Schwimmer, no relation to David Schwimmer. His previous episodes include season 2's episodes Duplicity, Visage, Rush, Accelerate, season 3's episode Extinction, Asylum, Velocity, and Resurrection, and season 4's episode Transference and Recruit. I'm trying to remember which one Recruit. Oh, that's the one of those C bitch. Yeah.
It's when the quarterback was like paralyzing people.
Yeah. And I believe Transference, that's the one where him and Lionel switch bodies,
Yes,
right?
it
They pull a Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
A fucky Friday.
Stop.
I mean, Lionel wanted to plow Martha.
Well, that's on Lionel, but that's not what we call it.
Fucky Friday.
That's not clear.
Directed by the beaming B-man himself, Greg Beeman. Should the guy... Should the guy... The B-man?
You're ruining
Beads
it.
man. Bees man? Beads man.
Do I need to chuck a bottle?
I'm making it not fun anymore for you.
Yeah.
So that you all will stop and leave me alone saying that all the time.
Never.
All right. Anyway, he, of course, directed season 1's episodes Hothead, Jitters, Leech, and Tempest, season 2's episodes Vortex, Lineage, Prodigal, and Exodus, season 3's episodes Exile, Asylum, Hereafter, Legacy, and Covenant, and season 4's episodes Crusade and Unsafe. Greg Beeman, just the director of Smallville.
The best.
Like he is like, you know, you're in for a banger when Greg Beeman shows up. All right.
B is for banger.
B is for brave. B is for Bruce.
Oh Lord.
Not Bruce Wayne. Not to be confused with Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Green.
Synopsis provided by IMDb user Shiro. When Lana, possessed by Isobel, kills Genevieve Teague by stabbing her with one of the Kryptonian Knowledge Crystals after she attempts to steal it, it triggers a cosmic event that not only severs Lana's link to the spirit Isobel, but also sends meteorites from deep space towards Earth and Smallville. At the graduation ceremony for Smallville High, the military arrives to evacuate the town after news that another meteor shower is imminent. Fearing that he is linked to the meteorites, Clark goes to talk to the spirit of Jor-El, who informs him that his only hope is to unite the knowledge crystals in the cave. With time running out, Clark sets about locating the final 2 crystals as meteorites rain down upon Smallville. Lana gives Clark the 3rd stone they recovered from China, which was in her possession all this time, while the 2nd stone is in Lionel's person, which activates. Lex offers to protect Lana and have her flown to New York City, but she gets caught in the meteor shower while riding in a helicopter. Lois manages to get out of Smallville in time, but Chloe stays behind to follow Clark, who retrieves the final stone from Lionel, which hits them with a burst of energy, driving him comatose. Chloe helps Clark retrieve the final stone from the Luthor Mansion safe after he is immobilized by kryptonite and helps him escape from Lex. Clark manages to unite all 3 stones, which transports him to the wild tundra of the frigid North Pole.
To meet Santa Claus.
Ho, 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 Clarky Clark. It's me, Jonathan Kent. You're the drunk version. From season 1, I've returned. I'm Santa Claus now. Ho, ho, ho. It's a callback for you OG listeners, Billy. So this is season 4, episode 22, Commencement. Maggie, what did you think of this episode?
muted myself. I really like this episode. It's a great season finale. Cliffhanger,
Yeah.
of course. That about killed me.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah, because I immediately said, let's watch the next one. And you're like, no.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only do we not get to watch the next one immediately following it, we also are not watching it for a good, 3 weeks. Because we've got, I mean, this is what we always do. We always, if this is your first time joining us for a season finale, we always take a couple of weeks between the finale and the premiere just to kind of feel what that, that time difference there. And so we fill that in with what we'll be doing next week, which will be the season 4 bonus features and kind of a season 4 overall review. And then we'll be watching, after that, we're going to do a recap of the first 4 years of Smallville. So since, to me, I feel like the first 4 seasons are kind of its own kind of sub-saga of Smallville. Like after season 4, things change. And then I feel like 5 through 7 is another chapter in Smallville, and then 8 through 10 is another. So I just want us to kind of revisit the whole first kind of arc of Smallville, and just kind of realize how far we've come, right? And then we'll be following that up the following week with Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I think that's what it's called. For some reason, that feels like that's not the title. The Quest for Peace. Yeah, okay. So we'll be watching that and talking about it. And then we'll be watching season 5 premiere. So everybody buckle up. It's gonna be a hoot nanny, as one might say. But yeah, obviously Maggie covered a lot of the feelings of how you were feeling. Was there anything which of the I asked this of the audience on our YouTube today, I ran a poll. Of the cliffhangers, which one has you the most God, I really just need to see what happens next?
This one.
No, I'm sorry. I mean of the cliffhangers in this episode. So well, of course we've got Clark with the fortress.
Yeah.
We've got Martha and Jonathan and Jason. We've got Lionel being possessed by the Kryptonian code or whatever the hell's going on there. And then of course Lana and the big spaceship.
Okay.
So of those, which one are you just fuck, I just need to see the next episode right now?
I think Lana and the spaceship.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And did you notice that the spaceship is
the same shape as the crystal?
And did you notice the crystal is the same shape as the Superman symbol?
Yeah.
So that means the ship is the same shape as
Kryptonian.
Maybe. We don't know.
Matt Zier says Matt has a point since the 4 seasons was basically the high school era.
Yeah. And then 5 through 7 is the shit era. I'm joking. No, I mean, obviously, everybody knows how I feel about season 7. But I feel like 8, and without going into spoilers, there is a very definite reason why 8 feels like the beginning of a new chapter of Smallville. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to remember, y'all may have more knowledge in the chats, feel free to shout it out, but I want to say that Algo and Miles Miller, that their original concept was only the high school years. Yeah. Now I may be getting that confused with Supernatural, which Eric Kripke's original vision was only the first 5 seasons, and and he did all of that, and then he left. He's still a producer and stuff, but he's I told my story, I'm good. Y'all feel free to keep going.
Fun, guys.
And then they did 11 more seasons, Yeah. So I feel like Algo and Miles Miller that was the initial conceit was let's do the high school stuff and let's basically lead it up to Superman the movie. And so if you're looking at it through that prism, it does kind of get us right up to Superman the movie. Clark's throwing the crystal, and then in Superman the movie, of course, Clark throws the crystal and it becomes the Fortress of Solitude, right? But this is where it starts Smallville starts kind of being at odds with itself a little bit, because, like, I think I've mentioned this before, but like you can tell they're still wanting to try and sync it up with the movie, even though it definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
But like ultimately their goal is for it to fit into the Richard Donner movies, which is not like a 1-to-1, but that's, you know, they want it to be close to that, right? And so like they kind of pause Clark's growth here for like 3 years until they decide to leave the show. And like that's the thing, is like it's still good. Like I still enjoy Smallville, and like they still do things, but like Clark just doesn't really evolve as a character much over the next 3 years because they don't want to get him any closer to Superman the movie. And so they just kind of leave him in this place. And like, and you know, there's a lot of like retreading the same water, especially of like when it comes to relationships, like the Lana and Lex and Clark dynamics between all three of them. Like it gets to the point where you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, can we do literally anything else? And like, don't get me wrong, they introduced some fun stuff, and like especially season 6 is one of my favorite seasons. But you know, it's just like, this is just kind of, you could tell it's almost like season 3 of Lost, where like they didn't know when they were going to end, so they just kind of stopped pushing the story further and just start talking about like Jack's tattoo and stuff. That's what this era of Smallville starts to feel like a little bit. But you know, that being said, obviously we're not talking about the future. We're talking about this episode.
Yeah.
And this episode, straight up banger. Was you expecting a meteor shower?
No.
A second meteor shower?
No, I was not. I was expecting like something crazy Jor-El would do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like inhabit somebody's body again. I didn't know.
At what point did you know that the crystals were going to lead to the Fortress of Solitude?
When he showed up in the North Pole.
Okay, good. I mean, I'll be honest, me too.
Okay.
Like, I mean, because I didn't know. Like, I mean, it definitely didn't look like the crystal. Like the crystal in the movie is like a long green shaft, right?
Yeah.
Like your cup looks more like the crystal in the movie. And so like, especially being like 3 separate things, like, you know, and like, how does that really fit with, because the fortress is supposed to be something set up by Jor-El, and anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about that? The fact that the 3 stones this whole time was building up to that.
I feel like Jor-El should have been like a little bit more direct. Like they're saying, you know, hey, you need to get these stones together. You know, they're yours.
Yeah.
Like could just said, hey, you better get these together because something bad will happen.
Yeah. Like instead of being like
tone around it.
Yeah. Like instead of being well, I mean, honestly, the way they treat Jor-El in this, it's like they make him like actively shitty, just for plot. Like like everything that he does is for the service of Clark fulfilling his destiny, right?
Yeah.
And like even later on in the show, like Jor-El becomes more like Jor-El that we know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he doesn't want Clark to be a ruler or whatever, right? And then like it's almost like Clark misunderstands what he's trying to say. Yeah. But obviously it's because they were just trying to have an antagonist. You know, like you need to be the fucking ruler of Earth, Clark, you know, and it's like, well, I mean, that's not exactly what it was.
I agree, Matt ZR. Jor-El is a jerk.
He is. Like, it was very confusing for me.
Oh, he also said earlier Al and Miles were hoping and planning to just go for 5 seasons, if I recall right.
Yeah, that sounds right. 100 episodes. That's usually
Henry,
the
say
go-to.
hi to Jerriana.
Hi.
And we have Diego.
Hey, Diego.
From Brazil.
Hey, welcome.
And he is at work. He's listening to us live at work.
Hey, good.
Thanks, man.
Hey, man, you know, nothing I love more than, well, never mind, I shouldn't say that. I was just going to say, like, get paid to listen to good things, all right? Like, I mean, I'm not going to say that's something that I do at work. All right, so we're going to continue on here before I accidentally get fired or something. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in this. Oh, what do you think about Jason? And like him just fucking losing it.
Listen, when he just shows up out of the blue and that
Like
car.
he gets out of the truck. I remember you went, what?
I was like, what the hell? Where did he come from?
And then he's like, I'm having what you could call a bad day.
Is Clark here?
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's just ridiculous. God.
And I just love Chloe showing up to Lex's mansion and Clark's laying there, of course, because he's ripped the safe door off. And she gets Clark out of the way of the stones, and of course Clark gets away. And Lex is like, Chloe, what happened? And she's like, I just got in here. And he said, did you see someone? Like, she's playing him like how Clark plays him. It's so
it's like, you're stupid. Like, just what's it called? Fire. What's it called? Gaslighting. She's like, Lex, I don't know what you're talking about. Just because the safe door is missing, like, that's... Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And
who was here?
I love when they're in the caves and he's like, is it Clark? And she's like, Clark? Like, she's like overly, like, almost disgusted. Like, God, of course it's not Clark. And it's like, Chloe, take it down a breath, all right? Like,
don't give us away.
Don't give it away. Like, are you surprised that we ended season 4 with Clark not knowing that Chloe knows?
I was kind of mad. I want him to know so bad that somebody's been, like, just protecting him.
Yeah.
Like, without him knowing. I really wanted him to know.
As we were watching the episode, and of course there's the countdown that's going on. Did you think the countdown was going to lead to like the end of the episode, and like we wouldn't get like that would be kind of like the cliffhanger? Yeah.
Like, is it?
But how awesome is it, like, when it does just start raining, meteors and shit, And then, like, of course, one of the best scenes of probably the entire series, when that little boy is about to get hit, and Clark just comes up, holds him, and like, the meteor shatters on Clark's back, and like fully like revealed, not trying to hide his face, even being there like for the kid to be like comforting him, and then like the dad sees him and he doesn't try and like dissuade him from anything they just saw. He's just like, go get to safety.
I just love the kid. He's like, you're not my daddy.
I feel like that's like, I know Clark has done a lot of things, a lot of super things, especially for his friends and stuff. I feel like this is maybe the moment to me that he became Superman. And like, obviously I know he's still got a lot to do, and like he's not even wearing the suit or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna save random people because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is like one of the first times that he's done that. And like that's Superman, like in that moment he is Superman. Whether or not he's, wearing the suit or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, he is just embodying all of the greatness of Superman in that moment. And I just fucking love it, man. God damn. So good. So good. All right.
I've got, like, frog legs. It's hard. Gosh.
So, now that we've talked a little bit about the episode, let's go ahead and jump into the relationship aspects of the episode and get into war. What is it good for? War! I love that. We got some in the chat.
Yeah, Game City Saver said at the end of the countdown, you should have shown Maggie the Batman Begins trailer.
Should have.
That would have been great.
Dude, that would have been amazing, honestly. And I was like really looking forward to Batman Begins at that point. And like,
man,
I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. Because, I mean, all the Batman movies we'd gotten since then were not.
Campy.
Yeah.
God.
But, like.
To today's standards, they're campy.
And, like, I remember I took my dad to watch Batman Begins and Fantastic Four. Like, that year, that summer was when both of them came out. He actually said that he preferred Fantastic Four.
I
But
can see that.
because he grew up with Fantastic Four
Four.
comics,
Well,
so
yeah,
and like they
also-
nailed it, right?
Also, he grew up with like old school Star Trek too. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
So,
Like
I
he
mean,
liked that it was
makes-
fun and lighthearted and
Yeah,
stuff.
that
Which
makes sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't trying to say it was a better made film or anything.
No,
you
but
know?
he just preferred. That
Yeah,
it was
like I think
lighthearted,
it's because he
so.
had more fun there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was
funny.
funny. So War, how has Clark and Lana's relationship progressed this week? Well, glad you asked, Maggie. Lana comes to Clark and gives him her stone. She then tells Clark that she loves him, and Clark replies that he loves her too, and is like, "Why are we not gonna? Why are you acting like we're not gonna see each other again?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "What the fuck happened, Lana? Like, you need to get out of here." And she's like, "It'll be okay, Clark." Like, I feel like, okay, I know Lana just murdered a person, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, she didn't murder. It was Isobel.
Oh,
And technically,
self defense anyway.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, technically, it's self-defense. Like, it's not really murder. And like, I just feel like she's a little, like, very much in belief that she's going to jail for life.
Yeah, well, I think it's because Lex has made her think like that. I think she's.
That's a good point.
She hadn't really had time to. Sorry.
You're fine.
Time to like really process it all.
Yeah.
Because after that happened, guess what? Lex.
Yeah, Lex just so happens to be there immediately.
Yes. And and then he's like, "Oh, I'll take you, I'll protect you, and whatever."
Yeah.
But he had already gotten in her head that she was going to go to jail.
Yeah. It's
So
true. That's a good point.
she's already paranoid.
Yeah.
But
We got to
she's
work on your alibi and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
and
Yeah.
it was self defense. So
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. No, I agree. And honestly, thank God this ultimately is almost dropped immediately. Just, I mean, not to
Yes.
spoil anything,
No.
but like this whole Genevieve Teague murder thing, like it's
Thank
like
God.
they may mention it in the beginning of the next episode, but like it's pretty dropped. Like it's dropped almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like I want to say they use the cover of like the meteor shower like to really kind of wipe away a lot of like the dangling threads.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously, like Jason goes on to do Supernatural.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not his name, but like the character Jason.
Yes.
God, what's his
Jensen
Ackles. Thank you.
He's Batman.
God, he is Batman. The Long Halloween, which is really good. But yeah, so I mean, thankfully it doesn't get drug out like when fucking Landry, that Lance kid, murdered that guy on Friday Night Lights.
Oh my God.
That's the worst.
I hate to tell you all this, but it's a diaper break.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I will cover the next part. So, how Clark and Lex have progressed this week. So, of course, Clark finds the final stone in Lex's vault, which he rips open. Lex becomes more unstable and threatens Chloe, who denies Clark is involved. So, again, me and Maggie kind of already discussed this a little bit, but, Lex is slowly becoming more and more untethered from reality, one might say. I mean, there's the stuff he does with Lana, which I'll cover here in just a second, but just he becomes so obsessed with these stones, like I don't know. I know he has been the whole time, obviously, but it just felt like he was more at his wit's end in this episode than anything that we've ever seen with Lex. I mean, even like taking Chloe captive, like if we're being honest about what happened, like he kidnapped Chloe and drug her to the caves, like that. Like we haven't seen like Lex do that. No, I mean Black Lex obviously did stuff like that, but like this is just Lex, and I mean we've not seen him, short of being like drugged or anything. We've not really seen him do something like that straight up wrong. Like usually it's more ambiguous, but this is like, oh no, he just kidnapped a high schooler. So anyway, that's I think we're definitely seeing that the whole Lex and Clark thing is really not on the right path anymore. Like they're I think I don't really remember where we I don't remember how quickly we leave this, of them like possibly still being friends and stuff, but I mean you can tell like it's definitely moving away from the friendly side of the Clark and Lex dynamic, of course. How Lex and Lana have progressed this week. So of course Lana killed Genevieve and Lex finds her almost immediately. I did enjoy that this picked up almost immediately following the last episode, where Genevieve is there and ready to attack Lana because of what was said between Lex and Lionel and Jen and all that. During the last episode, I liked that they just immediately went back into it. Lex tries to protect Lana from possible jail time, but it turns out Lex is only trying to keep Lana close because he wants her stone. It's all about those stones. Lex finally cracks and takes Lana's purse to find the stone, and Lana realizes it was never about her. It is almost sad. I almost feel bad for Lex, because he's always he just has a fucked up view of morality, but he wants to do good. He really does. I truly believe he really does want to protect Lana from going to jail. But he sees it also as a way to be an advancement for him and for what he needs. And I think that's what makes him such a good character, is because he's constantly fighting that within himself of I want to be good to Lana, but I also need to do this for myself. And so when he grabs her purse and is going through it, you can just see the anger in Lana's face of realizing oh no, Lex sucks. Lex is just the guy he's always been. The guy that everybody's always said he was, that is who Lex Luthor is. And considering how far they've come just in their dynamics together of when she first asked Lex to buy the Talon, and everything that they've kind of gone through to become friends, to see just Lex just completely destroy that, it sucks. I do hate that. I mean, obviously I don't like Lex and Lana as an item or anything, but it sucks that Lex just can't ever defeat his
demons.
Yeah, he always just falls prey to him, even when it's somebody that he obviously cares about, Lana. It just sucks, man. Any thoughts on the Lana Lex stuff? What's wrong?
I got spit up on me. Just
I can put it on me if you need to do anything. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit.
I've got a. I think that it is.
You got it. Need me to help? I got it. Okay. All right, I'll keep it on me.
Okay.
While you're doing that, though, did you have any thoughts on the Lex Lana dynamics of this episode?
I mean, I'm sorry, buddy. I think Lana has always somewhat known that Lex was kind of a creep.
You might just want to just put it on your shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's going to be your safest bet. Unfortunately, sorry.
That he's always been somewhat of a creep.
Yeah.
And I guess this really put the nail in the coffin for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him trying to gaslight her and everything.
It's especially when he throws out the line, I'll go with whatever story you want to, whatever alibi you want to go with.
And she's no,
it's the truth. Yeah. And he's even when he says that she's lying, when she says that she doesn't have the stone anymore, and he's lying doesn't become you or something like that. Yeah. It's God damn, Lex, fuck, man.
You had good friends, and he does.
He just couldn't.
And I heard you. I agree with you. Lex does want to do good.
Yeah.
But he has admitted that there is darkness in him that he cannot fight off, that he has to do what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I think it's just such a great you know, I don't want to put on my like reviewer hat or anything because obviously I'm not a reviewer, but like I think it's such a great setup for who Lex Luthor becomes in the future. Like, you know, because when Lex Luthor isn't evil because he hates Superman. Like Lex Luthor to himself is a good guy because he sees
he justifies
Superman
himself.
as well. He sees Superman as a threat. You know,
yeah.
like not only of like being super powerful and stuff, but he sees Superman as someone that will make humans stop striving to be better.
Yeah.
Because if there's someone like Superman, then they no longer have to be better.
Yeah.
Right. And so he sees it as he's trying to save the human race by taking Superman down.
Yeah.
Because he just thinks that that basically we'll stall out as a society, you know. Almost like how Batman treats Superman in Batman v Superman, like early on, like that's kind of a little bit like Lex Luthor. But it really is like he wants to be the savior of humanity. He's not, and like he wants it to be through human ingenuity that we save ourselves and don't have to rely on a god, you know.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like I can kind of get behind that, you know, but like he just goes about it just the most horrible wrong ways, you know. Like he is just totally off his rocker on like
he's crazy.
Yeah,
it's because he's really wanting those stones.
Yeah, for some reason.
Because
I do wish we could have got a bit more of like a why Lex is so obsessed with these stones.
Well, I think I'm so sorry. I think it's because he knew his dad was looking for them.
Yeah.
So therefore, if Daddy's looking for them, that means Daddy was looking for power, and that probably means that there's something with these stones that involves power.
You put all three of them together, and fake Dean.
You can start spinning gold.
All magic comes with
a price.
And then finally, how Clark and Lois have progressed this week. So, of course, a few things that happen. Lois helps Clark tie his tie for graduation. Lois tells the Kents that she'll be going away with her dad over the summer. Goodbye, dear. I assume that's still happening.
Yeah.
Like, even though, like, the meteors and shit, I assume, like, they're still the thing. Clark suggests that Lois become a journalist because she had some good stories that she did that were not half bad.
Yeah, at the Torch,
at the Torch. And then, of course, they gave each other a smile before she leaves Clark's loft. She, of course, punched him in the shoulder, called him Smallville, walked out. It's like, I love it. I love it so much.
I just love when she said, me, a journalist? I can't spell.
Yeah, which is great. Because like she can never spell, especially in the Richard Donner movies. Like that's one thing that they always make fun of. Like they're like, oh, there's no X in espresso, or something. You know, it's crap like that. But yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of stuff to do with the relationships. It was nice getting Lois as much as we did this week, which we'll talk about the whole Lois of season 4 and everything next week when we're breaking down season 4. But yeah, I thought the relationships were handled very well this episode.
Yes.
You know, everything kind of got pushed forward a bit, and it was nice. Nice to have.
Yeah, it was nice.
So now let's get into continuity. All right. So Maggie, commencement means to have begun. It is also another word for a high school graduation ceremony. Yeah. Clark and his friends graduate this season from Smallville High. The title could also refer to Clark starting on his journey towards his destiny by creating the Crystal of Knowledge and with it, the Fortress of Solitude. I like how I'm like not even trying to lie to you that it's the Fortress of Solitude. Like, I mean, it's obvious.
It's a given. He's up in the North Pole.
Yeah. Like, if you know Superman, you know what's happening here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and I was like, I'm not going to try and, you know, beat around the bush with that. What we got?
Matt CR, I think he's getting entertained by Lucy. He says that it looks like Lucy was falling asleep on Matt.
Oh.
It did. She was about to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you read this earlier, but about Lex was pretty forceful with kidnapping Chloe, so he was pretty villainous there.
Yeah, I didn't read that out.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see that. No, I completely agree.
He said. Yeah,
completely agree.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he kidnapped her. Like, let's be honest. Like, he went full on
and
villain. You know.
Also, he kidnapped Lana too.
Well,
No, because he said you're not going to leave this mansion. You're not going to call anybody.
but it was under the guise of helping her. It wasn't like Chloe. Like, he was like, "You're fucking coming with me.
Yeah,
I've got a gun." Right? Like, that's like he kidnapped her. But like Lana was more like conniving to make her stay. It was more manipulation than kidnapping. Like a straight up kidnapping.
I was still thinking.
The difference is plausible deniability. I'm not saying he was right.
Gaslighting, kidnapping.
I'm not saying he was right. I'm just saying he manipulated her into staying more than he necessarily kidnapped her.
Mm.
You know, because I mean, she did get to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, she went to find Clark.
Well, yeah.
You know, so I mean,
but
like,
she did that while Lex was distracted, though. He didn't know that she had left.
God. I mean, sure, but again, like, if he had kidnapped her, she would have been like chained up or something.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think what happened between him and Lana I wouldn't classify that as kidnapping. I would say it's definitely like manipulating her 100%. And like, yeah, he definitely didn't want her to leave, but like she wasn't locked in a room or something. Whereas like Chloe was dragged to the caves, you know, like it's a straight up kidnapping. Clark. Ew, Clark. God, you're stupid. That old farm fuck.
Easy, Chloe. I'm in here.
Let's see here. This is the this is the second season to finish. That finishes with the credit to be continued. The other finale, which culminates with the expression, is the season 1 finale episode, Tempest.
He agrees.
Lucy wanted to leave.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Clark?
Yep. He agrees with it. Henry Clark does.
Let's see. When this episode aired in Australia, Clark's dream sequence at the start was removed and instead attached to the end of the previous episode forever. This was most probably due to Network 10's tight schedule in airing the extra long episode. Also, much of the scenes with Jason and the Kents fighting in the house were cut.
Wow.
I feel like Jason and the Kents would make a good song.
Jason
and the Kents.
I feel like Jason and the Kents would be a good
Oh, what a do and his magical. Jason and the Kents. You're welcome, everybody. The Smallville High principal is not identified by name. However, earlier season 4 episodes, Jinx established that Terrence Reynolds is still the principal of Smallville High, making it likely that the principal in this episode is Reynolds, only played by a different actor. It is possible that a lot of the graduating students are intended to be previously featured Smallville High students, only recast with different actors like the principal. It should be noted that bringing back the original actors for all previously established Smallville High students could have been too expensive, especially when the scene just calls for them to stand in the background where many viewers might not even notice them.
Yeah.
So I think what they're getting at here is, it could be wrong, but I would take it as the Buffy graduation, where like everybody in the crowd was people we had seen throughout the seasons, you know, like Jonathan, you know, or wasn't it Harmony, and you know, like people like that. So I think that's what they're trying to get at, is it could have been that, and they just didn't go to the effort to like make sure it was the same actors and stuff, which I get that. Most of the graduates named by the principal are students who has never have been seen or mentioned before. However, one of the graduates is named Holly Harold. This might be the same Holly from the season 1 episode Leech. Another graduate is named Tanya Hartz. Tanya was in Clark Kent's yearbook in the earlier season 4 episode Spirit. Tanya's name also appears on the guest list for Christina Verano's party in the episode Ageless. John Glover makes his 50th appearance as Lionel Luthor in this episode. So he's been in for half the episodes. Not by a lot.
I'm sorry, I'm getting like beat up by
It's okay.
like an almost 2-month-old.
It's okay. I'll man it. No worries. Let's see here. Clark had a precognitive hallucination about a second meteor shower in the episode Scare when he was infected with fear toxin. Scarecrow. Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Dynamite drop in, Maggie. Scenes from Clark's vision of a meteor shower in the episode Scare are used in this episode. So they just was like, yeah, fuck it. We kind of showed it. We'll just do it again. We'll just be like, that was his fear because he could see the future or some shit.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. This is the last episode that Erica Durrance Lois Lane is credited as a special guest star. That's right. That's right, everybody. Clark comes across the mask with Kryptonian eyes in Lex's vault. The mask was last seen in China in the episode Sacred. Shelby was last seen in the episode Spirit. This episode marks the 24th appearance of Clark's red jacket and blue shirt outfit, which he wears frequently throughout the series. It also marks the second time that Clark wears his red jacket, blue shirt outfit in a season finale. He previously wore this outfit in the season 3 finale, Covenant. I love reading that exact sentence every time. Interestingly, this episode bears some similarities to season 1's episode Tempest, the finale of season 1, in that Lionel is injured in some way and Lex has a choice of taking him or leaving him to die in an impending disaster that will hit Smallville. Although this time Lex chooses to leave his father for dead.
That is right.
And then he's blonde.
Yeah, he was blonde.
But not really.
Not really.
And then he became a murderer.
Yeah.
But not, I mean, he was, but he was acquitted.
Yeah.
And then he became a minister.
Yeah.
And now he's just Lionel again. Yeah. But he's getting ready to be, I mean, you've already seen the beginning of the next Lionel.
Like
the next type of Lionel.
Well, like, what? Is he Neo or something?
Do you? I can tell you what we call him.
What do you call him?
In the Smallville fandom.
Oh my God! What is he called? Is he blonde again?
No, he's not. No, Maggie, he can see.
He can see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, of course, he had the stone in him.
Yeah.
It went off. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you see Kryptonian language in his eyes, right? We like to refer to him in this state as Lon-El.
Lon-El?
Yeah, like Kal-El, Lon-El.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm not going to tell you anything else.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to tell you this is the phase of Lionel when he is Lon-El. Lon-El.
Forgive me.
Not to be confused with a Lionel from Legend of Zelda. Sorry.
Forgive me, sweet person in chat that just said hello. I do not think I could pronounce your username.
Hello.
Butchering it to death.
Thanks for joining us.
But thanks for joining us.
Cree. You say Cree.
Cree.
K-R-Y. Cry.
Cracho.
Cry.
Brazil. Oh. Another Brazil. What's up?
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Happy to have y'all here.
Yeah.
We do this every Wednesday, so, feel free. Let's see here. Lionel, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we did all that. Now it's time to remember all those that we lost this season, this episode of Smallville. Trent.
We're all gonna die.
This is the last episode with the old style of the opening credits. Yeah, that's right, Maggie. We're getting... Now, it's still the same music. Yeah. But they do update the opening credits. Thank God.
Man, I miss when we just started out in our little beginnings and they didn't know how to do opening credits and they made Clark shrink.
and Pete, like the very top of his head was cut off for like the final 3 inches or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't miss that at all. This is the last appearance of Jensen Ackles as Jason Teague. It was his first and last season. So everybody, shout out series wrap on Jensen Ackles. He had to go on to Supernatural and join his brother Sam. Come on, Sam! Let us know in the chat if you want us to do a Supernatural rewatch podcast for 14 seasons.
We'll be on for 100 years.
I'm joking. I do have the box set literally sitting 5 feet away, but
I see the car.
Oh, it's such a fucking great show. It's so good. This is also series wrap on Jane Seymour as Genevieve Teague. We will remember you.
Thank you, Jane Seymour, or Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
Or as I like to refer to her, Kitty Cat. To her Wedding Crashers.
Yes.
Come on, Kitty Cat. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, God. All right. Now it's time to talk about the Freak of the Week.
Major funky.
All right, everybody. Freak of the Week this week, another meteor shower. Unless you want to call it something different. Okay. Are you do know you're muted, right? Okay, just making sure. So, Freak of the Week this week, of course, the second meteor shower to come to Smallville. Epic. We've already talked about this episode a lot, so I think I don't really have to go into too much detail about it. But just to recap, our current ranking for the Freak of the Week: at number 21, Adam Sandler; at number 20, Mr. Knife Guy; number 19, Krypton; number 18, Hopelessly Devoted; number 17, Lucy; number 16, This is Nash. This is Nash. Number 15, Scarecrow. Do you want to? I think you should mute it.
Yeah, okay,
I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I know you want to do it. But he's crying. Let's see here. Number 14, Robin Daggers. Number 13, Welcome to the OC, bitch. Number 12, Gallagher 3. Number 11, Ghost Dad. Number 10, Mr. Migzel Billick. Number 9, Isobel. Number 8, Kal-El. Number 7, Blank Slate. Number 6, Mrs. Carl. Number 5, Flark. Number 4, the Sanderson Sisters. Number 3, Bart. Number 2, Black Lex. And at number 1, Crypto. Maggie, where do you think the second meteor shower should go? I'm gonna say I think it's in the top half, at the least. So let's start with Ghost Dad. Do you think second meteor shower, better or worse than Ghost Dad? Better. Okay. Now, how about Mr. Mixel-Pitalik? Mm-hmm. I agree. Isobel, specifically in China. Okay. Kal-El. That would be the season 4 premiere. I think, he does fly. Like, that's tough.
Also, it's sweet moment. He's on the plane and he goes.
And uses the fucking force,
yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, just when
really
he takes
badass.
off. We also did get to see a bit of the butt.
Yeah.
Bitty bit of butt.
A lot of booty. And also we got Lois.
Yeah, but that's the episode.
I know.
This is strictly just the bad guy. Or the Freak of the Week, rather.
I'd say below Kal-El.
I think I'm with you. I love this episode. I love the meteor shower. But I do think the premiere, I think Kal-El flying, like, just kind of...
Yeah.
It's hard to top that.
Yeah.
I mean, not too hard because Kal-El is listed number 8 on this list. So I guess it's not that hard.
No.
So our new number 9 is the second meteor shower. So recap: number 1, Crypto; number 2, Black Lex; number 3, Bart; number 4, the Sanderson Sisters; number 5, Flark; number 6, Mrs. Carl; number 7, Blank Slate; number 8, Kal-El; number 9, the second meteor shower; Number 10, Isobel China. Number 11, Mr. Mixel-Pitalik. Number 12, Ghost Dad. Number 13, Gallagher 3. Number 14, Welcome to the OC Bitch. Number 15, Robin Daggers. Number 16, Scarecrow. Number 17, This is Nash. Number 18, Lucy. Number 19, Hopelessly Devoted. Number 20, Kryptuck. Number 21, Mr. Knife Guy. And number 22, bringing up the ass, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, because he's the Sandman. All right, now let's get into Puberty, but it's superpowers.
Yep. Big change.
Bingo.
You could probably stay unmuted.
I think so.
Yeah. Chat.
Cry, yeah. In chat, Cry. We had. They said this series aired several times here in Brazil.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like, when I would look up information about it, like, especially when I was trying to, like, get it, like, posted on Twitter and stuff,
Yeah.
like, a lot of the, like, the promos for Smallville and stuff was being shown from Brazil.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. So, let's see, where are we?
I always love hearing theme songs from different countries.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Totally. Remy Zero! Clark uses the following abilities in this episode. He uses super strength, super speed, and invulnerability. Invulnerable.
That's a weird word.
Invulnerability. Never mind. You know what I'm trying to say.
Oldsmobile.
Maggie. No flats, no tots. Did they break the rule this week? No flats, no tots. Now, this is your first time watching this, of course. The ongoing promise of Miles Miller and Algo was that we would never see Clark Kent fly, nor would we ever see him in the Superman tots.
Yeah.
So that was the ongoing rule, no flats, no tots. And so now we discuss whether or not they stuck to that rule this week. So I'm going to say they ultimately didn't break the rule. Like, we saw a lot of super exploits. And again, like, you know, him being in the Arctic is obviously, you know, setting up Superman. And, like, he's wearing his blue shirt with his red jacket. Like, you know, we're obviously implying Superman. But as far as, like, did he fly? He didn't. He got hit by an asteroid, but he didn't fly. And then as far as the tots go, I mean, he wore his Clark Kent super suit, you know.
We got a superpower to add. Matt ZR said technically you could argue super hearing or super senses since he could hear where that one stone was at.
Oh, yeah, that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's add super hearing to that.
Thanks, Matt ZR.
I give you that for sure, Matt ZR. Always keeping us in line. I like it. Appreciate it.
Keep us on our toes.
That's right. I like it. Now it's time to get into That's Just Prime, our favorite quotes from this episode.
Well, that's just prime.
This is honestly maybe the best quote of the entire series. Like, I know I've mentioned,
say it so bad.
I know I've mentioned like some banger lines, right?
Yeah.
Crown's mine, bitch.
Yeah.
I am the villain of the story, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is a fantastic line.
This takes the cake.
And
for-
like, honestly, fantastic line read
yeah.
on behalf of John Glover. Like, he did fantastic. So, Lionel.
You know, for a woman without a heart, Genevieve Teague certainly did have a lot of blood.
God damn, Lionel. Like, a woman's dead, you know? Oh my god. Jason.
When he pulls up to the Kent farm.
I'm having what you'd call a rough day. Come on, Clark. All right, now we got Clark and Lois. You want me to take Clark?
Yeah.
Journalism. Ever thought about that? You wrote some half-decent articles at your short-lived career at the Torch.
Kill me first. Even if I could spell, that's the last thing I would do is spend my time in a newsroom. With my luck, I probably end up across the desk of the most bumbling reporter on the masthead. Foreshadowing. Okay. Matt. Matt. Stop.
Oh wait, should I do the?
Oh.
Alright, moving on. Chloe. Do you want to be Chloe and I'll be Clark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have a way of getting things done, and half the time a normal person gets things done.
And I'm not normal?
No, of course you're normal, Clark. You're as normal as they come.
Oh, Chloe. just be honest, you know?
Just
God.
get it done quicker than everybody else, Clark.
God, I love this episode. I forgot to bring this up earlier, but I made sure that when we watched this episode, it had the previously on it. Because, like, the previously opening for this episode is, like, one of the best highlight reels in Smallville. Like, they do that every once in a while. They do more and more, you know, especially for, like, the season premieres and the season finales. But, like, this is one of the first ones where, like, the highlight reel for the season is just top fucking notch, man. I mean, you know, and especially ending with, I am the villain of the story. Like, that's just... I mean, I even use that for my own Crisis on Infinite Mats. Like, Lex Luthor is not in that, but he's in that previously because it's too much of a banger of a line to go out on to not use it. You know, one day I'll tell all of y'all about Crisis on Infinite Mats, but that day is not today. You know what is today? DCU References, part of a bigger universe. We just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Is he finally going to sleep?
I don't know. I'm trying not to get my hopes up.
Well, Maggie, I just want to say in front of God and everyone, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Like, I know it's definitely not easy trying to do a podcast, let alone doing one while a baby's crying in your ear. And I just want to say I really appreciate you for you know, taking care of him, still trying to be, you know, in the conversation and stuff. Obviously, if it ever gets to be too much, like, you know, you can leave. Like, it's
Keeps
not
on headbutting me. Like,
he's rotten.
just...
And just to be clear, like, you know, you can give him to me at any time.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know.
I know you don't mind to do it, but you know, I just want to make sure you know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, everybody. One of the graduates mentioned at the ceremony is Holly Harold, who has written 9 episodes of Smallville. Another graduate is called Caroline Draz. She was also a member of the Smallville production team. Lois mentions she can't spell, a trait her comic and film counterparts also share. Lois tells the Kents she had a nightmare about a guy wearing a red cape. Ugh. But Lois jokingly tells Clark that he will go into the big city and make his mark, and then rejects the possibility of her becoming a journalist on the grounds that she'd end up opposite the most bumbling reporter at the masthead. A reference to the Superman's mild-mannered alter ego in the comics. Yeah. In Clark's premonition, he sees red, yellow, and blue lights in the sky, which are all, of course, Superman colors. When Clark woke up from his dream, he had a red blanket draped around him. Martha was wearing a yellow robe, and Jonathan was wearing blue. All Superman colors. The staff loves their primary colors here, you know? I mean, I get it. The crystal takes the shape of the Kryptonian pentagon on Superman's chest, and their glow is of the colors red, blue, and yellow. Would you call that a pentagon? I guess it's got 5 suns, but like,
it's a pentagon.
I just always thought it looked like a... Like, I've never heard it referred to as the Kryptonian Pentagon. Like, I've heard it referred to as, like, either a Kryptonian shield, Kryptonian crest, or, like, the diamond. Like, I've heard it referenced as, like, a diamond on his chest.
No, it's a pentagon.
I mean, I know it technically is. I'm just saying I've never heard it referred to as the Kryptonian Pentagon. You know, I've never heard that.
Just get used to it, Matt.
Well, fuck me. Let's see here.
Matt Sierra says Caroline Draz was also one of the main ones behind the Arrowverse show Batwoman.
Oh, nice. I always love hearing Smallville people still making it happen. The ending scene is, of course, very similar to how in Superman the movie, a young Clark throws the Kryptonian crystal into the Arctic, where it forms his Fortress of Solitude. Anyway. On its original airing, the episode filled a 90-minute time slot, with the last 10 minutes featuring an exclusive 10-minute preview of the movie, Batman Begins. This episode itself is about 10 minutes longer than the others. So it's about 50 minutes long. And, as I mentioned earlier in this episode, I have my VHS recording of it, of the night. And we will be watching that tomorrow night, live on Super 90s Playback. So everybody be sure and come back tomorrow night. We're not going to play like the whole episode or anything, but we will be revisiting that tape. I think there's more than just that on it. Like, I don't think I recorded it in SP.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's a 6-hour tape, and that just takes up, an hour and a half of it. So who knows what else could be on there? Like, probably, if I had to guess, I'd say probably like some Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
For episode 3. Fuck, there might be like a like X-Play reviewing Lego Star Wars. Like that, theoretically, that could be on there.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Oh my god. Let's see here. That I didn't put this in here, but I do feel like the ending when Clark throws the crystal, the music is very much building to the Superman theme. It's not the Superman theme.
Yeah.
But like it is definitely
it's definitely there.
Yeah. And like you could just hear it if they just let it go, it would just straight up be the Superman theme, So I feel like that's definitely a DCU reference that should be on there. But speaking of the music,
I'm so sorry.
It's time to get into the Talon mix, everybody. Remy Zero!
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
Sweet nectar of the gods. Pomp and Circumstance by Edward Elgar. Do you think that's the same Elgar from Power Rangers Turbo?
No.
Fair. That's fair enough. Okay, so not really related to Smallville, but more about Pomp and Circumstance. This song used to make me so like melancholy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, obviously I know like it signifies like graduation and stuff, and like especially a lot of shows like to use this for like their big season finales for like the characters graduate, like Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Doug, when Doug graduated
middle school.
Was it middle school?
I'm pretty certain it was
in the first
school.
Doug?
Yeah.
And he goes to high school? BB Bluff High School?
I can't remember.
I think it's elementary school. I think he was in like 6th grade. I mean, elementary goes for like I think of kindergarten as elementary, but I mean it goes to like 6th grade. But yeah, so like I would hear Pomp and Circumstance and just get kind of like sad,
Yeah, well, I got amped every time I heard it my senior year. I was like, yes, I'm about to get out of here.
Well, like, because the school I went to was a small school. And so every year they would have a graduation for like every grade.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we would have this award ceremony and stuff. It doesn't matter. And so like I just remember that would always be like it felt like that was a season finale for like my life.
Yeah.
Like each year, because it was like the end of the school year, and then it'd be summertime, and I wouldn't like really see anybody from school or anything. And, and so like I always made things way more like dramatic than they were. Like I viewed my life through like the prism of a TV show. I don't know. It's probably a coping mechanism if I had to guess, but.
It's okay.
I don't have to psychoanalyze this right now.
No, don't do it right now.
But like, I just remember, like, for some reason, anytime I think of Pomp and Circumstance, I think of like a handful of things. I think of course, graduation, and then there was one specific graduation. I want to say when I was like maybe 10 or 11, and the day of graduation, I was playing Sonic. I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge with Sonic 1 put in it, so that you was just playing the blue sphere game. And so I'd play that, and then there was an episode of Boy Meets World in syndication where Corey lost the boxing gloves necklace that his dad won from like the Navy or some shit. So there's that. Pomp and Circumstance. Entertaining Angels by the Newsboys, and Corey graduating high school and Topanga trying to propose to him. All of that is like one big
Idiot.
bump in my memory. Like, it's just one big, like, if I hear Pomp and Circumstance, that I immediately go to that for some stupid ass reason.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
you know, it's just weird. It's so weird how, like, certain songs and stuff can, like, just take you back to, you know, just an exact moment for no reason, you know? What's up?
Other than our kid trying to learn how to headbutt me.
Oh.
Game City Saver says, I learned how to tie my tie for prom and graduation thanks to Lois. I looped it on my DVD until I figured it out.
Nice. That's
pretty cool.
fantastic. That's so rad. I love that.
Matt ZR says, I'm waiting in anticipation for the 5th season episodes eventually since I can't wait to throw out some fun facts.
Oh, man. I'm excited.
He also said, Matt, Elgar from Turbo is too stupid, about as much of a bonehead as Rito was.
Elgar. I can't even do a good Elgar. No, I agree. Elgar was just straight up Rito again, but I do like Rito more. I felt like Rito was funnier. That's Rito Revolto, Maggie, not Rita Repulsa.
I figured that.
It's her skeleton brother.
I felt. Oh, Game City Saver said I felt like the end of every school year was a season finale too.
Thank you.
And even was to be continued till fall.
Yeah. No, right there with you. And like I can remember I was always trying to make things like way more than they were, you know. So like there was like a girl I'd have a crush on. And so I'd be like, "Oh, that's the season finale. I got to make
my move.
Got to make my move." And here I am like an 11-year-old. Like, what the fuck is my move, you know? Like, "Hey, I like you. Okay, bye." Like, you know? Like, yeah, I was not really, oddly enough, even though I was able to marry Maggie, I was not really good at talking to people that I had crushes on. I was not really talented at that, believe it or not. I was actually very shy. I know doing a live stream multiple times a week would not make you think that I was shy. I was a very shy kid. Did not have any self-confidence at all.
Not me. I apparently searched out kids at my brother's talent show and tried to beat them up. So
shit.
One of them was like apparently one of my brother's teacher's kids, and Mom's like, "Yeah, I found you. You was about ready to
so like
smack down with them."
So like, were you a vigilante or were you a bully?
I don't know. I'd say it was like 3 or 4 at that time. So
well, that doesn't fucking count. I'm talking like middle school, Maggie.
Middle school.
Shit.
Middle school. That's when my anxiety became more apparent, and my stomach hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So I would go to the nurse and be like, "My stomach still hurts." "Okay, we'll call your mom."
Oh man, that's the best.
Like
when I
didn't know what was wrong with me though.
Dude, when I was in 7th grade, like almost every day I would call to leave. And like, I mean, that was 6th grade for me. Honestly, I probably went to school like less days than I missed school. You know, like I missed more days than I actually went.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure a truancy officer should have been called at some point, but you know, it didn't matter. It was all under
private school.
I know, right? Perks of getting indoctrinated at a young age. All right. Now it's time for a fun countdown. It's time for the countdown to Billy. All right, everybody. A quick update on the countdown to Billy. So
it's never happening.
We should be at 4 weeks until Billy gets here. However, upon revisiting the amount of episodes until the episode that Billy will join us for, it is now 6 weeks until Billy will be here. And I believe I did it right. I don't know if it's just because I have no sleep, but like trying to match what episode is what week and when his episode is and how many weeks that is from this episode. It was way harder than it needed to be. Okay,
my head hurts.
It was, dude, it hurt me, and like I had a notepad and everything, and I still couldn't figure it out. But hey, so 6 weeks should be, and then Billy will finally be here, and the bit
never happened.
The bit will be over.
We'll get down to like 3 weeks. You're like, nope, 5 more, guys.
No, because it's the 3rd episode of season 5.
Oh, okay.
So like it's only like we've got 3 more episodes of season 4 because we got the bonus features next week, and then we've got the retrospective of all of the high school years of Smallville, and then we've got Superman 4.
You know, it's
and
sad.
then we have
won't have a
episodes
Billy
1, 2, and 3.
countdown anymore.
Well, I've been thinking about a way to fix that. So how would everybody feel if we did the countdown since Billy? And it just counts up every week from the last time we had Billy on the show.
Last time we had Billy on the show.
No, it'll be like, it's time for the countdown since Billy. It's been 2 weeks since Billy's been here.
Oh, Game C Savior. He said, all my finales sucked. On my 4th season, the girl I liked left in September. I didn't know at the time she got pregnant in the summer. That destroyed my whole year.
Oh, that sucks, man. It happens.
Yeah, it does suck because I remember there was this one guy. We had became friends in middle school.
Tell me more.
I'm sorry, Matt. You already got to talk about your girlfriend that you had.
What, for Star Wars? Yes. The one that I took a lightsaber to? I was really cool, everybody.
Me and this guy, like, we would always talk to each other and stuff, and he sat behind me in history class in high school.
Sounds like an asshole.
Like, I really, really liked him, and like, one of my friends gave me his phone number.
Yeah.
And like, I was going to call him at some point the week that I got it.
Yeah.
And like, I started noticing that he wasn't at school. I was like, oh God, what happened? And then finally got word. They're like, yeah, he got caught with possession of marijuana. And now he's at basically juvie in a way. And I was like, no.
Man.
Yeah.
He could have been the one.
No. You're the one. You're the one.
I am the one.
Yes, you are.
Neo.
Paul
Atreides. May your dagger bend and break, or whatever the fuck he says.
I can't remember what he says.
No, like,
I need to remember that.
So here's the thing. I hated talking on the phone.
Yeah.
I still don't like it. But like, the girl I was dating in high school, she wanted to talk on the phone every night. But like, there was nothing to talk about. Like, we just saw each other the entire day.
Yeah.
And then like, she wanted to call, and like she wouldn't say anything.
Oh.
Like, we would just be on the phone. And so my cell phone, obviously, you know, was free after 9, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
My cell phone had Tetris built into it. So I'd put it on speaker, and I would just be playing Tetris, like trying to have a conversation, like whenever she would talk. And then like, she started figuring out what the sound of like the squeaky buttons were, because this is when the phone still had buttons. And she'd be like, are you playing Tetris? And she'd get fucking mad because I was playing Tetris because nobody was saying anything.
I would have made an excuse every time, be like, hey, I need to get off the phone. My mom needs me. Or Dad needs me.
I just, you know, it was just like, I don't know. The phone sucks. I hate the phone.
Like, I always liked talking to friends on the phone. Like, I had a friend that liked Sailor Moon back in the day when it was on Toonami. And once we watched, because remember we got the new batch of episodes.
Yeah.
We would immediately, she'd say, I'll call you.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, I'll be waiting. And she'd call me.
That's awesome.
And then we would sit there and talk about, you know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When I had someone to talk to,
it was nice.
I liked it. Like when I would talk to Billy or my cousin Josh, or like when me and you would talk on the phone, because we would actually talk on the phone.
Yeah, but
like, I liked that.
But I understand though what you mean.
Yeah,
like you're dating someone and they're like, "Hey," or like, "Hey, how are you?" I'm good, and then silence.
Yeah, and it's like,
this person's not really taking the time to get to know you better.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, that should have been a big, like, not red flag, but like a big indication of like, hey, probably shouldn't be with this person if you literally don't have anything to talk about, you know?
Game City Savior said, I thought girls like to talk, but when it comes to a relationship, you can suddenly hear atoms crashing.
That's fantastic.
That's great,
That's
man.
the best description
I like
of
that. It is true though. Like
Yeah.
you'll be sitting there like, oh my god, I can hear them like
Yeah.
breathing. Are they clicking when they're breathing?
Yeah. Like, just you're boring me, you know? And like, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be mean, but like, not you.
No.
but,
I know what you mean.
You know, it's just like, God, like, I don't care to talk on the phone with you, but just give me something to talk about. Like, give me something to sing about. It's a Buffy reference, everybody.
Matt ZR says, and the redub of Sailor Moon is so much better since it's all uncensored, and a lot of the voice cast has ties to Power Rangers.
Is Johnny Young Bosch in any of the Sailor Moon
I don't
redubs?
know. I don't know.
That'd be interesting. That'd be pretty cool.
I can't.
I know he's done a lot of anime. I just don't know if he does.
The 90s one. I have to. I'll watch it. Dubbed. Not dubbed.
Subbed.
Yeah. I can't. I think where they changed up Sailor Moon's voice, like I think 2 or 3 times in the 90s, it messes with me. Even like if I hear
get
it,
that.
I'm like cringe.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
I honestly, like, whenever I watch the new Digimon stuff, that's supposed to be the original cast, but like it's not the original voice
No.
cast. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like Digimon Try, when I think it was like Matt, I think was played by somebody else.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, thank God Ty was played by the same actor, but like, it's hard, man.
It's hard.
Because it's just like, it's not them. It doesn't sound right. Like, it visually looks like them. I'd almost
Yeah.
wish they would draw them differently, you know?
Yeah.
Because then I could take it in a little bit better. Like, if they,
Yeah.
like they aged TK up. And so, like, that
made
works.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I just, oh, God. So, I completely feel you.
Yes, Johnny Bosch does the voice of Artemis in the redub.
Hey.
Who is that's Sailor Venus's cat.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know who that is. The white cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That makes me really tempted to
To watch
watch a few episodes.
Do you know which
here.
one Johnny Young Bosch is? Okay.
Is Black Ranger, right?
Yeah. Yep. Adam.
Frog.
Yeah. It's the type you kiss and become a prince. I'm a frog.
Oh god, a frog.
He's so great. God, he's great. Now it's time for Next Time on Smallville.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
All right. Next week, we will be watching, or we'll be discussing season 4 as a whole, and we'll be specifically talking about the season 4 bonus features.
Man, I hope we find out some more about that CGI corn.
I will say we do have a commentary track that we can watch, and it is for the witch episode, and it's where they're talking about Tom Welling dancing.
Yes.
So we do finally get to
please.
watch that.
I want to hear that whole conversation.
I'm not sure if there's any Chloe Chronicles, and not just Chloe Chronicles, but like any type
any
of
other
Chronicles.
extras.
Yeah. But we'll check those out. We'll discuss those.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
gosh.
Is he okay?
Yes, he's like,
Keeps moving around.
yes.
Lordy.
And like, I have like one hand on him and he just
He's like, hey,
sabotaging
hey,
himself.
Mom.
Watch this, Mom.
What's that microphone? He's
Let
so
me just-
funny.
Uh,
Oh, gosh.
Matt ZR agrees with you. He said he couldn't watch Try since there's too
Mm.
many voice recasts.
Yeah. I mean, I still watched it because,
Yeah.
I mean, I had to. I just had to. And
You
I
had
really
to.
want
You
to
had
watch
to
the newest
know.
one. I really want to watch the newest one. I liked the one before, like the one right after Try, like Last Evolution or whatever.
Yeah.
That one was really good. And then like there's a new one out that's around the Digimon Adventure 02 cast, but I haven't got to check it out yet. Anyway, sorry, I know this has nothing to do with Smallville, so we'll go ahead and start calling it here. We will be back again 1 week from tonight with our season 4 review, recap, and bonus features discussion. Be sure and come hang out with us for that. We will also be back again tomorrow night. We'll be checking out the season 4 finale VHS recording straight off of the WB. That's right, everybody. We're taking it back. So come hang out with us tomorrow night at 9, just like it was tonight. But tomorrow, I'm very tired. And then on Monday, we'll be back with the Hopefully Awesome Show, where we'll be discussing probably the Oscars as well as Kung Fu Panda 4. Skadoosh. Skaforsh. Remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can get exclusive content, get your name in every episode that we produce, and even get a verbal shout out, just like Strange Marvel Theories, for being our producer of the month. So thank you for being our supporters. We greatly appreciate you all. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure and leave a like and, comment, all that fun stuff. But that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for watching, and as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.